10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chapter systems are offline.
Welcome to the Banter Club. Join myself, Mark, along with TY, Jackie, and Mohau as we talk all things sport. We will definitely trash your team, and if you don't like it, we'll definitely tell you your favorite footballer is a tax evader. Join us every week on the Banter Club.
Are we really doing this?
Of course, we are, definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to it. We are back. And oh my goodness, am I not looking forward to this one. It's going to be an amazing interview. But before I even get to our guest, let me start by welcoming the Banters, as per usual. Mohau, how you doing, man?
After what we have experienced the previous weekend, Chiefs losing to Al-Ahly, I should say I'm doing fine.
Okay. No, as long as you're breathing in and out, then you're all good. All right. And we're joined by amazing guest. He's coming at us all the way from Kigali. Usher, how you doing?
I'm great. Unjani. How is everyone?
Listen to that. Nyaphila. Oh, nyaphila. All right. So what we love to do here on the Banter Club, before we hop into anything, we just want to break the ice a little bit with a young quiz. All right. So we're gonna kickstart off a quiz. It's 5 simple questions, and then the person with the highest score obviously wins. So we're obviously going to be having Mohau representing the Banter Club. Mohau, are you ready?
I am ready.
Asha, are you ready?
Wow. Yes. Born ready.
Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is it's going to be a mix of a little Olympics as well as some CAF Champions League football, because the CAF Champions League just ended, you know. So let's kickstart it off nice, slow, and easy. All right? So what you're going to need to do is say your name, and then whoever says the name the quickest obviously gets to answer the question, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Why do I feel like I'm about to lose? But okay.
Trust me, you are fine.
How do I know that you didn't fix this? That you didn't send in the questions before?
Oh, believe you me, you're gonna know. You are gonna know. Don't worry about any of that. You're gonna know. It's not fixed. It's been independently audited, so everything is nice, safe, and sound and chilled. All right. Okay, cool stuff. Let's kickstart it off with the CAF Champions League. All right. Now, nice, easy, slow start to it. Who is the title sponsor of the CAF Champions League?
Usher Total Energies.
There we go. Mahau, you still there?
I'm still alive.
I'm sure if I get 1 out of 5, I'm okay.
Okay. All right. This is a very, very easy one. Very easy one as well. Where's the origin of the Olympics? Which country? Mohau?
Oh, the origin, not the whole.
Usher, Greece.
Hey, wow. He's correct.
Oh God, 2 out of 5. I'm okay. Mohau, I'm letting you win the next one. I promise.
Okay. All right. Now there's a coach that used to coach Al-Ahly that won the most Champions League titles in Africa. How many Champions League titles does that coach have?
Mohau.
Is
it Mohau
8?
Go.
No, incorrect.
I'll say Manuel Jose from Portugal 4.
Correct. That's 3-0. Mohau, what's going on?
Mohau, listen, please, Mohau. Come on. I'm cheering for you now.
Mohau, make it respectable. Make it respectable, please. Make it respectable.
Okay, it's focused. Let's go.
Okay, cool. Let's keep it simple. How many South African teams have been to CAF Champions League final?
Mohau.
Mohau?
Is it 3?
Correct.
Nice. Woohoo!
Correct.
Well done, Mohau. Can he name them?
Yes.
Surely.
Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, and Sundowns.
There you go.
Like if Polokwane was there, you would know.
I would know.
If Abazuli was there, Chief.
Oh, you had to do that, right? Okay.
All right. The last question. How many Olympic gold medals does Usain Bolt have?
Mohau?
Mohau?
Can I guess and say 6?
Okay. That's close. Want to give it a try there, Asha?
Yes. Let me see. Beijing.
Please don't Google, Asha.
Rio. No. The answer is 8.
That's correct.
Yeah, because they took away the 9th. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
they took away the 9th one, so that's correct.
Yeah.
That is absolutely correct. So Asha is our winner for.
We are both winners. Mohau is my friend.
Yeah. So you see, Asha, it's not fixed. It was clean. It was clean.
Now I'm worried. Now more than ever, I'm worried.
Why are you worried?
You had him not answer them so that, it can look like...
Come on.
Yeah.
We would never do that. We would never ever do that. Mohau, next time, please. Please, Mohau.
I think Asha should listen to our previous episodes. She know what we are taking about.
She'll understand.
Yeah.
She understands. All right, now Asha, let's get straight into it, man. How and when did your journey in sports begin?
Wow, that's a very interesting question. Well, I was born to a sports family. My father used to run track and field. My mother used to play netball. And that sort of gave me a basis to also participate in sports myself. So right from, I don't know, when I was 3, 4, 5, I used to play golf. I don't know, because the place where my parents used to attend a Rotary Club meeting every Tuesday. So it's basically like today.
Yes.
Which is coincidental, really. So they used to attend, Rotary Club meeting every evening, and obviously I have no business attending this meeting with all these old people. So it used to be held at the Kilembe Golf Course, which is in the western part of Uganda, and small town, small copper mining town to be very exact. And so I used to go and walk around the golf course. And that's how I learned to play. But for me, really, golf is very, as you can imagine, very graceful. And I was a child who had a lot of energy, let's say.
Yeah, no.
If I was born in Zwane, I would be a superstar, winning the World Cup or something like that. But I was playing a lot of, netball, volleyball, and running track and field. So that's my primary school activities that I used to do, and also a bit of cycling in the neighborhood. As you know, we had some American families, so we used to compete, with the bicycles and something like that. And obviously the competitive nature that I had from that age, honestly, if I look back, I'm like, wow, I was really competitive, like from that age. Like even on a trampoline, I wanted to be the highest jumper, if that makes sense. So then
do you still play though?
Yes, I do still play basketball.
Just basketball?
Yeah, just basketball, but I also run a lot, jog. I'm a road runner.
Oh, okay. No, that's pretty dope. Because you played basketball in high school, yes?
Yes, I played basketball in high school, and in the high school that I went to, and also generally in Uganda. When you play basketball, you're sort of like the cool kid, so everyone wants to be cool. And it was also, since, it was a boarding school, so it was also an opportunity to go and visit other schools every weekend, because we had like inter-school competitions every weekend.
You were sneaking out in essence, but legal.
Exactly. Now you're talking, So it was really interesting from that point of view. But my highlight was when I was in the final year of high school. My school won the National Schools Championship, and then we got a ticket to go and play at the East African School Games, and we went to Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. And for me, that was a highlight because that's the first time I got a passport, and I got it because of basketball. And also, we went, to a different country, and the whole experience, because at that time, obviously, our school and the country could not afford to fly us there. So we went by road. And to be very honest with you, I'd never tread that with anything because we went by road and it took us maybe 2 days. Wow.
Yo,
Yeah, it was.
that's a long trip.
Yeah, it was a long trip. It's like coming from Joburg to Harare,
Yo.
So it was long, maybe minimum 36 hours,
On the road, yeah.
Yeah, on the road. But the thing is, you're high school kids, so you're talking. There's a lot of banter going on. So basically, there's Banter's club happening on the bus. Yes.
Yeah. But since you're talking about basketball, let me ask you, what are your thoughts on J. Cole?
What?
What are your thoughts on J. Cole? If he was playing in the Africa Basketball League, what are your thoughts on him playing? What are your thoughts on him as a player?
Well, to be honest with you, he's always said that he wanted to play basketball as as a professional.
Yes.
And the Basketball Africa League, which we call the BAL, presented that opportunity. And I know that the club president of the Patriots, which is the Rwandan team.
Rwanda Patriots, yeah.
The Rwanda Patriots, Brian Chirunji, we had this conversation. I was like, it presented an opportunity to have him on board, and why not, because if you look at it, he wasn't there because of his basketball talent. He was there for PR purposes, and it worked, because I don't understand people who criticize the Patriots and Rwanda as a country, because that's what makes the NBA what it is. Because for me, as a Lakers fan, all the way, from Magic Johnson, enter Kobe Bryant, may his soul rest in peace, enter LeBron James right now.
Anthony Davis.
If I'm watching a Lakers game and I see Rihanna, Drake, Snoop Dogg, all these are Hollywood superstars. They live in California. If they come to LA to watch, to the Staples Center to watch the Lakers, for me as a fan, as a basketball fan, and even if I'm not a basketball fan, I want to know, wow, what happened? Can I see the pictures? Yeah.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, I'm going to follow the Lakers on Instagram because I want to know, okay, what's the news? What happened there? So for me, it was a massive coup because I remember Mark J. Spears, who's a big-time NBA journalist, tweeting and saying, breaking news, J. Cole is going to play for the Patriots of Rwanda. For me personally, I knew the news before, but confidentiality, I couldn't say anything on Twitter. But the fact that it came from an NBA journalist, now everyone was like, what? Like,
it's actually happening.
So everyone was shocked, yeah. And when obviously there's a video that leaked, from inside the bubble. Wow, trust Africans. So it went viral. Everyone was like, "What? Like for real?" And it was out that the guy was going to release, an album.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, whoa, wait. Because I think, it took maybe about 2 years or something. People were waiting. And so now it became a whole different conversation. And that's the thing. That's what we need in African sports. We need people to stop thinking about sports from a one lens. It's supposed to be a 360-degree movement.
Yeah.
You see? Because, the reason why, and I'm so glad I'm speaking to South Africans so you have context, right? The reason why, for example, right now, Sia Kolisi is still relevant in the world of sports is because of his involvement and signing for Rock Nation.
Yes.
So the fact that you have a black captain, and for South Africa, this is massive. right?
Huge.
And I honestly remember the commentary, and please remind me, oh my God, how can I forget? The commentator, the one who was speaking, I think it was Isizudu, the one who passed away for
He was
Supersport.
Xhosa.
Who? It
He
was
was
Kosa,
speaking
yes.
Xhosa, yes.
Yeah. What's his name?
It slips my mind, but I see who you're talking about, yes.
Yes, yes. So, and I swear to you, and I promise God is my witness, I more than like every month, I go and watch that footage. You know, I don't speak Ngosa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, but that thing, you know, the Chasing the Sun, the Supersport documentary where he says, whatever he says, and he's like, you know, the son of the soil or whatever, the guy from Zwane. Oh my God, like you feel the goosebumps, right?
Yes.
That is the power of sports. And I bring that up right now. Why? Because when you see the relevance of Sia Kolisi, maybe 2 years after winning the World Cup, yeah, you have to understand that it's the influence of Rock Nation. And,
Yes.
you know, Isaac, who is the guy who manages Africa, is a good friend of mine. But I see the work that they do. For example, if you're launching and bringing in a South African rugby player, who is, by the way, not Sia Kolisi, and you have DJ Khaled, you know, launching the video. You're like, what?
Yes.
As in,
Crazy.
first of all, DJ Khaled freaking doesn't watch South African rugby. Let's be real, right?
Yeah.
But Rock Nation is bringing together entertainment and sports.
Sports. Yes.
And to answer your question, that is exactly what J. Cole brought to the BAL. Because when the news came out that, oh, by the way, J. Cole is going to play in the Basketball Africa League. It's a league organized by the NBA, the first one outside of North America. Okay, wait, what? Okay.
What is going
That is
on?
interesting. What is going on?
Give more eyeballs to the sports.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, eyeballs. That's the point. That's
Yeah.
the exact word that you're talking about. So everyone is like, what? It's going to be on ESPN. Wait. Okay. That is
Yeah.
amazing. So ESPN, we're watching this, and it's also available on the BAL.com website. Okay. Who exactly is playing? Because I swear to you, apart from, let me see, Ben Uzo, who was the only former NBA player who was playing at the BAL, no one else
Yeah.
had been known to the world.
Yes. No.
You see that? So
Yeah.
J. Cole was the selling point, and
It was a great PR stunt.
exactly.
Beautiful PR stunt. Now,
And just to conclude on that, I was speaking to Luol Deng after the event, and he was like, right now I'm telling everyone that cares to listen. I was like, okay, what's going on? And he said that a friend of his called him from Brazil. And the friend said that this was the second time he was watching a live sports event in Africa. And he said that the first time was the 2010 World Cup in South Africa.
imagine. That is huge.
I
So
was
it
like,
shows
what?
the PR stunt worked. It worked. The
Exactly.
PR,
So
you
it
know?
worked. So he was saying, he was like, because Africans watch so much of sport outside of Africa, but the world never really watches sports inside of Africa.
Yeah.
And the BAL was breaking that jinx.
Yeah, I know. That's great,
Exactly.
man. That is
So there
that
you
is
go.
beautiful. Now
Yeah.
let's take it to the G Sports Awards. All right. Now in 2020 you won the African Women in Sports Award at the G Sports Award. I mean, what does that mean to you?
Well, first of all, it means so much to me. As you can imagine, I hate playing the victim card because I feel that I deserve to be where I am because I work very hard.
That you did. That you did. Fact.
Thank you. And for me, first, it's a celebration of G Sports Awards because for them to be a platform that celebrates women in sports in South Africa, number one, and also in Africa. I will start with in South Africa. I say in South Africa, why? Because for me personally, as a young woman growing in Africa, I always felt that there are so many South African women that I relate with. And I will go all the way to Winnie Mandela. If you look at history, I feel that sometimes she is very underrated in the way that her story is told, or it's told in a one dimension. But okay, let's move away from the politics. Let's go to one of my favorite big time artists, Brenda Fassie. And just to let you know, every event or every period in my life, I always have a song that I listen to. It can be for a week or two. And during the BAL, it was Brenda Fassie, weirdly. Like before I went into commentary, I used to listen to Vulindlela. I don't even know if I, know like the meaning.
No, you're saying it right. But you're saying it right.
But I love that song. I literally love that song. So anyway, so you have all these women and obviously the amazing Karo Shabalala. Yeah. So there's always so many South African women for me that I feel have a great influence on the continent. You know, Casta Semenya, and many, many others. Sue Destombes, who works for COSAFA. There's so many of them, that are doing an incredible job. And Nomza Mahlangu, who is the president of University Sports in Africa and also director of sports at University of Joburg. These are incredible women that I have learned so much from. Lydia Monyepao, who is now working with SAFA, Amanda Dlamini, Janine Van Wyk, like so many of them that are doing an incredible job. And to see the G Sports Awards is celebrating so many others that also look up to these ladies and to say that, look, we see you.
Yes.
You know, we see what you're doing. We celebrate you. And you must always remember that we are here to support you on your journey. Now, I'll tell you a short story and why I feel that G Sports Awards and them giving me this award means so much to me. This is a story I tell so much. In 2019, Sasol was running a campaign. And in this campaign, it was before the World Cup in France for the women, for Banyana Banyana. And this lady drives up to the petrol station and says, hey, do you feel, I'm trying to buy gas. And the pump attendant says, look, you have a chance to join this raffle draw. And if you win, you could get a chance to go to the World Cup. And the lady in the car says, look, I'm already going to the World Cup. And she's like, no, you don't understand. You need to enter the raffle draw. And this lady insists that, okay, look, I also want to tell you that I'm going to the World Cup. What the pump attendant did not know is that she was speaking to the captain of Banyana Banyana.
Oh, my goodness.
She was speaking to Janine Van Wyk. And for crying out loud, Janine Van Wyk has blonde hair.
Yes.
It's not like you can forget her face, right?
You don't miss her. You can't miss her.
Yeah, you can't miss her. But why is it that the pump attendant did not know who Janine Van Wyk was? Because women's sports is rarely on television.
Yes.
If you look for Portia Modise walking on the streets of Soweto, it's 50-50 chance that people will know who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so weird. I bumped into Portia at the Gautrain station the other day, and when I was taking a picture, my friends were like, who is that? And I was like, I don't know who that is. It was so weird. But
exactly.
I hear you.
So for me, and just to conclude that, same time, let's say November 2019, I was at the Entebbe airport in Uganda, just arrived on a KLM flight, and I bumped into Halima Nakai. Halima Nakai is a Ugandan who's the reigning 800 meters World Cup champion. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so nice to see you. I hadn't seen her in a couple of months. And, we hugged. But I kid you not, this was a big flight, maybe 300 people, and no one knew who she was. And I kid you not, she is the woman who won the world gold medal in 800 meters after Semenya was banned by the World Athletics. How can you not know this woman? So from that point of view, just to answer you, is that I honor, and I am very privileged to be a winner of the GS Sports Award, as an African woman. Why? Because every day is an opportunity to tell an African story, but more importantly, to tell the stories of young girls and young women in Africa and to celebrate them. And also not just to wait for Tembi Katlana to sign for Atletico Madrid for me to tweet about her.
Yes.
Yeah? Just like I would say that, Temba Zwane maybe scored a goal. So how about I also just say that Tembi Katlana, X, Y, and Z. or to talk about the Zambian Copa Queens who are going to represent Africa at the Olympics, how about I just tweet that? Come on, social media is free. No one is going to charge me for tweeting
about it, yeah.
tweets, if that makes sense. So to be in that space and to be recognized, for me is an absolute honor. It's a privilege, and I don't take it for granted. I am very grateful to G Sports Awards, and I don't even know what else to say, but yes, thank you so much for asking me that question.
Oh, that's great.
And Usher, while we're still on the G Sports Awards, one of the important elements about the G Sports Awards is not only to celebrate women in sports, but to also empower them. Could you say this is a vision that you share with, and I mean, this is a vision that you share, and how important is it to have this organization, especially uplifting the women in a male-dominated industry?
Well, thank you very much for that question. That's brilliant, because we are in a space where sometimes you have people saying, oh, we're going to have a show, maybe Banter Club. Can we have a woman there? These days we must gender balance. For me, the conversation is, do you deserve to be there? Are we just involving women now because, now we must have women? Or are we having Lydia Mwenyempao and Amanda Dlamini go to work to suffer because they deserve to be there? Because they understand what is at stake, what must be changed at Safa House, you see.
Yeah.
So for me also, it is an opportunity really to show women that you can achieve your wildest dreams, And for me, the theme that I have in 2021 is that you have to be limitless. I don't have time for people who want to limit me, who say, I think that, you can be like a journalist, you see. But I can tell you that, no, I can actually be a writer. I write for the FIBA website. I was commentating for the BAL, which was my very first time to commentate, basketball, especially on a global stage. And everyone was like, what? How was it your first time? Yeah, because I prepared to be in that space. It's years of work that got me there. So to show women that you have to work hard, there are people who are willing to hold your hand. And also to remind women that it's very important for us to celebrate the men that give us the opportunities to work in the things that we love to do. Yeah? Because I would absolutely be nowhere if I did not have the support of men in my life. For example, Emeka Enyadike at Supersport. Yeah? Mduduzi Mudunge. These are men who have literally held my hand and said, Usher, what can we do for you? And I say their names because they are extremely relevant in a South African context. They live in Joburg, and they've been incredible in guiding me to say, look, we think you can do this. We believe that you have the potential. Here is what you can correct. Here you did well, something like that. But also, just to add that in 2019, the U.S. State Department selected 49 women and I. From South Africa, there's a lady called Nolwazi. She works for SABC, but I think outside of Joburg, and I think in KwaZulu-Natal. And we went to the USA and we were taught about how to cover women in sports, So that training for me was very fundamental in saying we have to focus on women. Yes, we were covering women before, but how can we package the story for people to understand and not, for example, let's say retweet or focus on the women because, we're feeling sorry for them. No, because they deserve to be in that space. And for me, that's very important to look out for excellence. The word excellence has to be very primary to the discussion. Like if you see maybe more women working at Supersport, it's because they work hard, they deserve to be there. And the whole lineup, Julia Stewart, I already talked about Karo Shabalala, and all of them.
Tato Moeng, yes.
Yes, Tato Moeng, Linda Dube, they all deserve to be there because they work very hard to be in that space. So for me, Mpo, by the way, and by the way, I didn't tell you, my name Komugisha means Mpo.
Oh. Means gift. Yeah.
Yes. So for me that's very important for us to go towards that direction. Like women need to know that they have to work hard. They have to be in that space because they deserve to be there, not because we're looking for gender balance.
Oh, thank you very much, Asha. I mean, all the way from Kilembe, and now she's a multimedia sports journalist, event host, moderator, editor, and communications consultant from Kilembe all the way in Africa to the world. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Ngiyabonga. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow. It is at the Banter Club SA on all social media platforms. If you want to get in touch with us, the WhatsApp line is +27 64 9 000 947. So it's 064 9 000 947. Do get in touch with us. And like our glassed friend loves to say, tell your grandmother we are here. This is the Banter Club SA, episode 20. Thank you very much for joining us. Peace.
Join us every week on the Banter Club.